Welcome to the Let's Talk About It podcast. I'm your host, Di McMath. The hardest conversations are often the ones we avoid. Join me as I chat with everyday people having thought-provoking conversations on some taboo topics. So let's talk about it. It was supposed to be routine, a simple colonoscopy, in, out, followed by a lunch date with a friend afterwards. But when Nancy Crick woke up, something had gone terribly wrong. Her bowel removed, her body changed forever. And with her life now defined by excruciating pain following the surgery, this was not how Nancy wanted to live. In 2002, Nancy Crick was the first person in Australia to die by assisted dying, when it was not yet legalised. Supported by a euthanasia activist and founder of Exit International, Dr. Philip Nishke, the lead-up gained worldwide media coverage and would be the catalyst for those who want to die with dignity in our country. Today, whilst getting my hair done, I spoke with Nancy's granddaughter, Seona. Seona and I went to the same high school, and she's been my hairdresser for my whole adult life. She not only tells us the story of how her brave grandma's legacy lives on in our country, but how her family has gone through more than most of us could ever imagine, including the death of both of her brothers when she was only a teenager, with her eldest brother succumbing to his injuries of a brutal, senseless murder. This isn't a story about death. It's a raw, honest conversation about life, death, and everything that comes between. It's about love. It's about family. It's about choice. It's about justice or lack thereof. And it highlights the strength of some families when faced with personal tragedies. This is a conversation that you'll be thinking about long after you've heard it.
Well, she just actually originally went in for a routine colonoscopy. Yeah, she did the home test that they send you.
Yeah.
Did that and then got a call back saying that she had to, make an appointment with the doctor.
Yeah.
One thing led to another. So she had been booked in to have the colonoscopy, and they signed a waiver or something that they can remove whatever needed, when she was under the anaesthetic from having the colonoscopy. And anyway, she woke up from that normal procedure that should have probably not gone the way it went. She woke up from that and they basically removed her bowel and left her with a bag.
Wow.
And I remember being at mum and dad's and, dad receiving a phone call. She was just screaming like, they've stitched up my bowel, they've taken, stitched up my ass and, taken everything. She was so upset, traumatized by it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like she was not expecting to go in for a colonoscopy and wake up without a bowel.
Yeah.
And the actual surgery didn't go well either. She ended up having multiple adhesions or lesions or whatever they're called, and they were obstructing what do they call it, a stoma, the bag.
Yeah.
Obstructing that from functioning properly. So, she'd wake up covered in, body waste, I guess.
Wow. So they'd originally found cancer and they took it out.
Yep. They removed her bowel.
Yeah.
Yep. Some of the reports, a lot of the reports say, that she was cancer free when she passed away and when she took her life and whatnot. And she may well have been, but at the end of the day,
her quality of life.
She had the effects of cancer or what was left of her life after cancer, and she wasn't coping with it. She didn't want to live like that. And had she known before she went in for that surgery or for that standard colonoscopy, if she had known that she was going to wake up like that, she probably would have chose just not to have the colonoscopy and just to let nature take its course or whatnot,
So what sort of time frame between after she had her surgery, colonoscopy and surgery, to then making that decision and going through with it?
Well, the colonoscopy that's how she woke up. There was no surgery after that. It was that was it. She'd made the decision straight away. Yeah. Like as soon as she woke up from that. And I'm pretty sure it was not long after, like pretty imminent.
Yeah.
She just knew she did not want to live that life. Like,
Yeah.
and then having all the problems with the bag and
Yeah.
whatnot. Yeah, she did not want to be.
So she was in quite a lot of pain constantly.
She was in a lot of pain. So she went from being like, oh God, she would have been probably an easily 90-kilo woman. To when she passed away, she was probably all of 30 kilos, if that.
Wow.
And that was because she would, as I said, wake up covered in body waste, and then that would make her vomit. So if it wasn't coming out of her belly, I guess it was coming out of her mouth. Like she was just constantly cleaning up mess and
not able to absorb anything. Yeah.
She was not loving life at all.
Aww.
No quality of life, literally none.
Yeah.
And like that day that she was going in for for her colonoscopy, she'd planned to meet her girlfriend at the movies and go shopping and see a movie. Like she didn't drive; she caught a bus everywhere.
Yeah.
So that was her plan. You know, she was meant to be meeting a friend and enjoying the rest of her day, sort of after what would normally be quite, standard, easy procedure.
Mm. And what age was she when she passed?
Oh gosh, I think she was maybe, I should know this, 69, I think.
Oh, okay. That's still fairly young, hey?
Minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my mum's 77 now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm sure she was 69.
Yeah.
That just rings a bell to me. Yeah, like she did plan a few dates before the actual, when she did take her life, euthanasia. There was a few other dates that were leading up to it. And then, of course, I got pregnant, so she wanted to wait for her first great-grandchild to be born.
Yeah.
So she held off on that.
Yeah.
And then, as a family, we were kind of hoping, well, maybe that'll be enough to keep her battling,
Yeah.
But even that wasn't, she did get to meet Flynn.
Yeah.
So that changed the date a fair bit. Yeah. And then by the end of it, it was kind of like hopping, skipping dates just to keep it out of the media, or just so that the media would be. Yeah. Because it was it got to a point where it was very full on in the media.
It was really controversial. I remember that.
Very controversial, yeah.
And so you had a lot of supporters all around the world. Tell me the story. Because I searched on the net and it said...
That's 21 people were present, family and friends were present.
So the story with the keys, like how did, talk me through that again.
So when it became quite big in the media and that, and I guess the legal, the attention had become on the legal sort of side of things. Sold keys to her property, actual keys all over the world to raise money. So the selling the keys all over the world just meant that there would be no direct proof of who was present at the house when she actually did it,
Yeah, so that it would confuse the magistrate if it got to that. Yeah. So how did that come about? Like who thought of that and what was the...
I think that all was, what was his name? Not Philip Nishke, but there was John Edge. He was...
Was he the lawyer or something?
No, he was, he had a strong connection with euthanasia, or Exit Australia, I think it's called. Yeah. Yeah, Exit Australia. That's what it is. So, he's pretty much handled most of, or, dealt with Nan and guided her and,
Philip Nishke also had, he was advocating, hey?
Yeah, yep. Well, Nishke was who organised the actual thing, barbiturates that she had consumed and that. And it was a very, very quick procedure. Like there was no pain or nothing. Yeah, and she was very, very sure, very certain that that's what she wanted. Yeah. There was definitely no questioning it. There was no talking her out of it. There was no... Yeah. That was that. She did not want to live like that. Yeah. And they also had found a lump in her breast, and she definitely was not going to go investigate that, because she just said, well, I'll wake up and my tits will be gone. Yeah, yeah. Which wouldn't be anywhere near as traumatic as what she woke up to with the bowel. Yeah. I just think if she'd been given the choice to have woken up that way, or even if she had had more preparation psychologically, than to just go in for a colonoscopy and wake up in that state. Maybe that could have been different. But then even then I still think, like Nan had always said, if she was to get into a position where she wasn't able to manage herself, that's what she wanted to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't there personally, neither was my father or any of my immediate family because, well, we wouldn't have been able to sort of sit there and watch,
Yeah.
her do something like that. So,
Yeah.
but fully supported what she decided.
Yeah.
Just couldn't be there to witness it.
Yeah. And was she okay with the fact that you weren't there? Like,
We spent a day
Yeah.
before with her, knowing what was going to happen. But to be honest, we didn't know the date until,
the dad.
directly
Yeah.
the day before,
Okay.
and that was strictly so that the media couldn't sort of get
Yeah.
in on it or anything like that. But, I think the keys to the house did help with the media. It ended up getting, legally, it ended up getting pretty much thrown out of court
Okay.
or whatnot.
So who were they trying to pin it on?
Everyone that was there.
Wow.
So anyone that was present. I think Bill Potts had represented the whole situation.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they were trying to sort of, anyone that was present would be charged with failure to provide necessities of life.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's not illegal to commit suicide, or it's just illegal to be present while somebody takes their life.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're not stepping in and
For not
falling.
yeah. For not doing what's necessary to save the life, I guess.
Yeah.
But
And how many keys do you reckon? There was heaps.
I cannot remember, but there was a lot. There was a few.
Wow.
They were just able to raise money. I think they donated the money to Exit Australia, maybe,
yeah.
or
Yeah. And what was it, like
there was also a
$5 a
book
key
written-
or something? Is that right?
I don't remember. It's 20 years ago now.
Yeah.
Crazy, eh?
Yeah.
Like how long ago it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, and plus at the time, like I'd not long had Flynn, and
Yeah.
I had a pretty busy life, so I wasn't really. I was trying not to really get too involved in that sort of side of it. I was.
Yeah. Were you really close with your nan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like growing up, I used to, because she lived at Burleigh Heads, beautiful down there.
Yeah.
Me and my friend Vanessa used to go and stay there every weekend. We'd catch the bus from Ormo here down
Yeah.
to Nan's, and we'd kick it down there, go bodyboarding and whatnot. So every weekend I was down at my nan's.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were pretty close.
Yeah.
I think she's, she'd still make the same decision today as what she did that back then.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think she would have had any regrets on that.
Yeah. Like if I don't know if you believe in afterlife or anything like that, but if she was here having this conversation with us, what do you think she'd be saying now, like reflecting on it?
I think
Like whether it's a message to the, we've evolved as a country, most states have now legalised it.
I haven't they?
Yeah. So, it definitely started that.
Like, I think what Nan did probably did have an influence on that.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, people are going to do it no matter what. If that's, the difference is whether that they're legally allowed to do it with their family and friends around them, with them, which is obviously a much more compassionate way to
Absolutely.
go than having to do it by yourself on your own. And also I think they'd probably have a better or more success. I don't know if that's a good thing, but success rate of actually having the right
Yeah.
medication or whatever to do it, rather than going through pain from,
Yeah.
not taking the right and possibly not
Dignity
even
of
doing the job and then ending up in a
Yeah.
different kind of, medical urgency.
State.
Like it's just, people are going to do it no matter what, so that they may as well do it the right way.
Yeah. And supported and
And obviously there's, I guess, like as far as the legal sense goes, there's probably the concern of people doing it without their, I guess, consent, or people having it done to them without their consent, you know?
Yeah.
That's obviously always a concern,
Yeah.
which is understandable, but I think there's definitely ways to regulate that as well.
Yeah, totally. And if people have the capacity to make
That's
those
right.
decisions.
Yeah, Nan was definitely of her full mind. Like, there was nothing wrong with her mind. It was, you know, hers was all body.
Yeah.
All body related, and she did not want to be in that body,
Yeah.
having to deal with that every day. And to be frank, I probably wouldn't want to either. You know? And until you're in that position, I guess it's really hard to say too, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's easy to say, you know,
Yeah.
oh, I would never do that, or how could you do that? When really, until you're actually faced with that life, like, how do you even know?
Yeah. And so the rest of your family, they were supportive of it?
Yep. Yeah. Oh, my dad was very upset. Like, he did not understand.
Yeah.
He did not understand why she was doing it at first.
So was it his mum? Or?
Yeah, it was my dad's mum, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, at first, you know, that was very, initially he was just like, she could be crazy, you know? And then when it became quite huge in the media, it was like, oh, Dad sort of felt like now he felt like she was kind of lightly pressured into it because the media was expecting, or, you know, the public was expecting her to do that then, you know, like.
Do you think that was part of his grieving process, though, to try and
definitely trying to blame, you know, to blame something in someone else or whatever, rather than it be actual, you know, that can't possibly be her choice. But then, you know, once he's seen what she was going through, and spent a bit of time on that end of it, like, he definitely understood.
Yeah.
He was definitely understood why she did what she did.
Yeah.
But definitely couldn't be there to be one of the ones witnessing it either. Yeah, and she did have, you know, 21 people that were with her, so she did have someone, which is good.
Yeah.
Good for her. That's what she wanted.
Yeah. Because, I suppose a lot of people have the view on hoping that someone is with people when they pass, you know, that they're not alone.
Not by themselves.
Yeah.
And that's one of the biggest fears, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Dying alone or whatnot. So, and it was a very quick process. From my understanding, basically, she had a scotch on the rocks or something, one of those drinks, an alcoholic beverage. She lit up a cigarette, drank a vial of whatnots, and but she was halfway through a cigarette and had a swig on her scotch or whatever.
Yeah.
Halfway through a cigarette, and she just was asleep. That was it.
Wow.
So it was literally, you know, within minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
No pain, no suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any final words or?
I'm sure she would just, like, I know when we seen her the day before, it was just obviously all hugs and kisses, and, you know, we all left on a good note, on a high note. It was in the back of your mind always what she was about to do, like, at the same time, but just tried to keep smiles on faces and you know, let her enjoy her great grandson. It sort of became all about Flynn at that point.
Yeah. That would have brought her a lot of joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's good that she decided to stay that little bit longer and do that.
So he was, what, only months old?
Oh, yeah. He was probably 3 months old, 4 months old, I think. Like, he wasn't walking yet or anything.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on death?
Oh, I'm scared shitless of it. Like, I want to live forever. It's definitely not in my plans. Definitely not in my plans, but, I mean, shit, as I said, you don't know what, until you're faced with something, really. Like, who knows? But I know, like, I've always said, you know, as long as my eyes are open and I can see, I really don't care who's wiping my ass. I've wiped enough asses in my time that someone can wipe mine for a change. Like, I don't want to die ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you say that, have you, like, done a will or?
Nope.
No. Yeah.
No.
Very much just head in the sand.
Can't even talk to my parents about them passing. Like, that's going to be the most dramatic, horrible experience. Like, I'd say don't be around me when that happens.
Like you're super close to both your parents.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
One
very
more
much.
than the other, or
No, both of them the
both
same.
of them? Yeah.
I just absolutely idolise them.
Yeah.
So,
And like, is anything left unsaid with them,
with
with your mum and dad? Like, do they know how you feel about them?
oh God, but
Yeah.
oh God, drive them crazy. Yes, they absolutely know.
Yeah. Yeah. And what about vice versa?
I call them God. They're my. That's God to me.
Yeah.
That's who created me. That's who made. Like they're my gods.
Yeah.
And I absolutely worship and idolise and love
Yeah.
them. You know.
And you know the same about them towards you?
Well, yeah, I'm the favourite, obviously. As you know, my mum tells me all the time, and my dad. I drive him a bit nuts lately, so maybe not so much my dad.
I only ask that because it's interesting. People over the years that I've seen and how they react with grief, and I mean everybody's differently, but the ones who've had really close relationships with their loved one, and the fact that nothing is left unsaid,
Yeah.
seem to deal better with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I hope so.
yeah. So
I mean, we've, I guess, had a lot of loss in our family.
yeah.
My mum has lost her two sons, or my two brothers.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's, I guess, something that not most families don't go through.
Yeah, because it was pretty traumatic.
Yeah. To bury two of your kids before yourself would be pretty, God, I couldn't imagine it personally.
Yeah.
So I just don't know how my mum has the
Yeah.
strength to get through every day, you know?
Yeah.
But she does, and she's just amazing.
What age were you when they died?
Well, when Warren died, my first brother died, I was 15.
Wow.
So that was 1995.
Yeah.
And he fell ill to cancer as well.
Yeah.
And my other brother died in 1999, December 1999. So I would have been 19.
It's just so young, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And so Warren was 28 when he passed,
Yeah.
and Craig was 35. And Craig had 5 kids and, you know, a wife.
Yeah.
That he left behind, so that was sad. He was murdered, which was pretty horrible to be stripped of your life like that. Well, any way to die is horrible, but
Yeah, absolutely.
to, like with Warren, at least, as you were saying before, you know, nothing left unsaid. You get to, like, obviously
Say
we
goodbye. Yeah.
knew eventually it would happen. Like, not so much me at 15 years old, it was kind of like, nah, that'll never happen to
Yeah.
my brother. Like, they just, you know, they talk about it, but to me, it just wasn't reality. Like,
Yeah.
didn't think it would actually ever happen, that he would pass away. Like, so it was a big shock, even though kind of knew about it, it was still a big shock. But I'm sure it was probably much better for my mum knowing that she could have done and said everything, whereas with Craig,
Yeah.
there was just nothing. You know, they're one minute, gone the next.
Yeah.
And him being deaf as well didn't help because the communication obviously was
Oh, wow.
difficult, you know. So
Yeah.
not only was probably a long time that, because he lived in Melbourne and we were, of course, on the Gold Coast, so it's probably a long time since Mum actually spoke to Craig
Yeah.
properly. Because back in those days, talking, 25 years ago,
Yeah.
there wasn't the technology that we have now. There was
Yeah.
no video calls or no such thing as video call and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So communicating with my brother was via either we had fax machine, so it was just a handwritten fax machine. He was mute as well, so couldn't talk, being born deaf and that, you know. So, yeah, there was no verbal communication.
Yeah.
There was no telephone ability, or they had a thing called, I think it was called YTT or something like that.
Okay.
Some sort of telephone
Yeah.
that I think that Mum could talk into, and then it would get faxed to Craig, and then he could write back.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with how that works because I just used to write my brother letters,
Right. Yeah.
you know, and then just stick the stamp on it and post it, like back in them days.
The olden days.
Yeah. In fact, the day my brother was killed, he actually posted Christmas cards in the mail that day. So, because it was around Christmas time, 6th of December, or 9th of December or something. But, yeah, he posted the Christmas card. So Mum received that card in the mail after he died, which was pretty sad. Had a little letter in there saying that he wanted to, you know, move to Queensland and start looking for a house for him and his wife and 5 kids to move up.
Yeah.
But instead that night he went to bed and didn't get up. His wife was also hurt in the home invasion and she was lucky to survive. But then 3 months later, driving the kids to school, went through a red light because the brakes in her car failed, which they're saying that they were most likely tampered with because she would have been the only one to give evidence to the people that actually broke in and home invaded them. Yeah, and she's still alive, but she's a vegetable. Like my mum and dad ended up taking over care of the 5 kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just so much tragedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was justice. They
I
got
wouldn't call it
caught.
justice.
But they were caught.
Yeah, they were caught. Maximum time that they served was 4 years.
Oh, you're kidding.
No.
What the hell's wrong with
And
that?
they were charged with manslaughter, which I don't quite understand. They broke into his house while he was asleep with pre-made weapons, you could say. They used a street sign pole. So I don't know what that kind of metal is called, but yeah, like a iron pole, and they'd cut it into pieces.
Yeah.
And that was what they used. They'd cut the glass to access the inside of his property. Like, as I said, my brother was deaf, so he didn't hear anyone breaking in. Cut the glass. So a glazier was one of the 4 people that broke in, and he used his skills to access the property quietly. And yeah, my brother hadn't even woken up or moved a muscle, and
God.
while he was still asleep in bed, they went into his room and hit him over the head with the iron bar. And then his wife had woken up, but they grabbed her and held her arms behind her back and baseball batted her in the head a few times until she was unconscious. They thought they'd done the job. And if any of the children had woken up, there was another person standing at their bedroom door up their end of the house, and if any of them had gotten up, it was her job, the other girl that was involved, her job to whack them over the head as they got out of bed. So lucky that they didn't.
Yeah.
And yeah, maximum prison time any of them served was 4 years.
That's disgusting.
It is disgusting.
Yeah. And so you were 19 at the time?
Yep.
Yeah. How do you even come to terms with that? Like, do you feel like you've grieved? And
there's definitely been a lot of bad days. Yeah. But you know what? I just look at how strong my mum is.
Yeah.
And if she's still standing, then I definitely should be, you know? Like,
she's a woman, yeah.
Yeah. I just get any strength I get from her. Absolutely. And my dad.
Yeah.
You know, my dad wasn't the biological father of Warren and Craig, but he certainly, from when my dad was 16 years old, so my mum had Craig when she was 16. My mum and dad met when my mum was 21 and my dad was 16, but he actually told my mum that he was 21.
Okay.
So my mum didn't find out his actual age until his 21st birthday, when Nan, the Nancy Crick, had come waltzing out with the 21st birthday cake. And my mum was like confused. He'd been raising her 2 children, like a deaf boy and my other brother Warren, you know, since he was 16 years old.
Jeez.
Then Warren and Craig were babies, you know, so he raised them their whole lives.
Yeah.
So, and it's still very, very hard on Dad because, they were his sons, but just my mum, you know, she's just amazing.
Yeah. And the kids, how old would they be now?
Now they've all got kids, pretty much.
Yeah.
God, Hannah just turned 30. She was 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she was 4 or 5, I think. I think Jess, she's just got married. She was the youngest at maybe 2.
Yeah.
And Sarah's just had a baby as well. She just had a second baby, actually. And her baby's been born with some sort of, it's called, what's it called? Mosaic Down syndrome.
Okay.
Have you heard of that?
No.
Yeah, it's a rare Down syndrome. Can't really tell, like, and that's the thing with the Mosaic Down syndrome. Apparently, they have less physical attributes than normal Down syndrome, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, so, but she's very, very tiny, so she'll be a very, very little human.
Right. Yeah.
Very little. But I don't think she has the facial, what is the word for I'm looking for? Not
Features.
features, that's in, yeah. Yeah, I don't think she has the facial features of a norm, like, of the Down syndrome.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah. And Abby's just pregnant with her second now too. So yeah, they've all got kids, all except for Jess.
Yeah.
But, you know, we've just tried to raise them understanding that their parents were taken from them. Like they haven't, there's other kids out there that have, unfortunately, you know, their parents have chosen not to raise them. You know, they've chosen drugs or alcohol or, you know, abusive relationships over their kids. And that's why, you know, so they're not neglected by their parents.
Yeah.
And to
Very much
understand that, they do have the love and it wasn't by choice. That, you know, and, you know, feel for the poor kids that have parents that are just, like, excuse my French, but losers. Yeah. Choose not to look after their kids and have their kids in their care. Yeah. You know, as that's the only way you can really go about that sort of situation, you know?
Yeah.
As far as raising those kids go. You know, if ever they feel rejected, especially because Sonia, like their mum was still alive. Like we used to make sure they went back to Melbourne and seeing Sonia every year so they could understand that she wasn't well, like she wasn't able. She, you know, she had a brace holding her head up, still does to this day.
Yeah.
Like she, literally shouldn't even be alive. But
so she's in care.
There's a situation right there, like as far as euthanasia goes, like Sonia is absolutely, she can't control her food. She can't eat her own food. She can't use the bathroom, obviously. She's in a wheelchair. She's already deaf. So communication, she has a brace holding her head up. She can only remove that for no more than 5 minutes a day.
Wow.
Like, I'm sure if
totally reliant on other people.
100% reliant. She's been in a home, like a full-time hospital facility in 20 years. 20 years. Like since, more than 20 years. So 3 months after Craig died, that car accident happened. So yeah, like in her situation, I'm pretty sure if she was able to communicate and say, you know, that there's no way there's absolutely no quality of life for her.
No.
She's like, because she obviously can't exercise and whatnot, like even her weight, she can't hold her head up long enough to have a haircut.
God.
Like, it's just, so they shave her head. Like her, she does not see the light of day. And she's been moved, because the girls have go visit her and she's been mistreated or not cared for. Like there's been times where she's had bed sores everywhere from not being looked after properly in the facility, you know. So then the girls will have to fight to get her removed from that facility, put into somewhere hopefully where she gets better care. And that's sort of like not a burden, but I guess a burden on the girls having to grow up and do that.
Yeah,
you know, it's so sad.
So how old is Sonia now?
Oh goodness,
or roundabout.
God, she was a bit younger than my brother. I reckon she'd probably be maybe 60.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe 58 to 60, you know?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think how old Craig would have been. Well, he was 35 when he died in 1999.
Okay.
Are you mathematic?
Not years.
Yeah, me neither. So yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Well, my mum's 77 and she had him when she was 16.
Yeah.
So there's another math on there.
I'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
77. Well, that's not a hard one to work out. It would make him 60. 70.
I think a piece of paper.
So he'd be 60. Yeah.
God.
61 possibly. So Sonia would probably be about maybe 55.
So she's in an old age home, like a retirement, like what am I trying to say?
No, not even that.
Or
She's in like a hospital facility.
Right.
some sort of,
with other younger ones and stuff.
I don't know
Yeah.
the age record, but like she was in it.
Yeah.
I think 4 people to a room kind of thing, just lays in a hospital bed all day, every day. Gets fed, I think, like baby food sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes even just intravenously. Like shouldn't be like, it's no good to know.
Wow. Wonder if
They literally flushed half her brain down the toilet, like when after the car accident. She had major head injuries. They removed a massive part of her skull.
Yeah.
For surgery, and then they obviously put it back on, but there's absolutely no brain activity, barely any brain activity, just enough to keep her eyes open and obviously her lungs moving. Like, it's sad,
That's
very
really
sad.
Yeah.
And it's sad that the girls have had to go through looking at that and watching that, and, it's pretty full on. As I said, like, I'm pretty sure if the decision could be made on her own, she wouldn't be still living like that. She wouldn't want the girls to be going through that, because I know even with my brother, Mum had to decide whether to keep him on life support or turn it off.
Yeah.
Even though they said there's no chance of him
ever
waking up.
Yeah.
So keeping him on the life support would be a matter of do you turn it off now and let him go, or you can just leave him on there until he dies naturally from not being able to function.
Yeah.
So is it?
But like with Sonia's, in her situation, she is not on a machine that is keeping her alive. Like her brain function and everything is enough that it's keeping her alive.
Yeah.
So then that would be the decision of, do you go through voluntary assisted dying? But then she doesn't have the capacity to make that.
That's right, yeah.
So again, a very fine line on, like, I don't know, legally, I'd love to speak to, some sort of lawyer about that. But because there'd be so many people that if they were in that
100%.
situation, would be like, nah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't want it for myself. I wouldn't want to be any burden on anybody.
No, that's right.
Even if, your family and loved ones wouldn't see you as a burden, but essentially there is a huge...
But then putting that decision on someone as well is another thing.
Yeah.
Like, how do someone live with that, the guilt of, did I make the right decision as well?
Yeah.
So that's another sort of angle, like, at the end of the day, it's fine to say who gets to make that decision, but then does that person then carry the burden of making that decision?
Yeah, there's a lot
I guess it'd be
to it, isn't
interesting
it?
to ask my mum if she, when she agreed to turn off my brother's machine, does she sit there sometimes and think, well, what if we did leave it on? What if they were wrong? And what if, there was some sort of something that you obviously always hold on to that kind of hope.
Yeah. And it's interesting you say that, like, because when, you knew my mum and you knew that, she had brain cancer and I knew because, I was there at the hospital all the time with her as well. But from a medical background, I knew that there was nothing more that they could do.
Yeah.
And yet several years later, I went to John Edward, the psychic medium.
Yeah. I got goosebumps, and my dad went to that too.
Anyway, Mum, I just got goosebumps too. My brother and my sister, so Don and Jackie and I had gone to the Brisbane one and hoping that, Mum would come through. Yeah. And she didn't. And then I saw tickets online. It was like a few weeks later and he was down the coast and I'm like, I'm going. Yeah. I just wanted to go back again. Yeah. Anyway, Mum came through. Oh, wow. And had these messages and stuff. And John had said that she knew that there was nothing more that they could do. And I was relaying this to Don, my twin brother, and he just goes, oh, I've always wondered that. And I said, what do you mean? Like, this is years after she died. Yeah. What do you mean? He said, oh, I just always wondered if there was anything else that they could have done. I said, oh, like he'd hung on to that. Yeah. And that made me sad because I was thinking, oh gosh, like had he spoken up at the time and said, queried it, was there anything more than they could do? But Like there wasn't.
Yeah.
And that could have like just put his mind at ease back then.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Carrying that for all that time.
I
That's,
was like,
that is
oh,
sad.
yeah, Don, like, you know, and it's sad that it took me to go to a famous psychic medium and get that message for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
He didn't take your word for it.
Yeah, but, I suppose, you know, in the moment you don't sort of, everyone's seeing things the way that they see it and the way that they hear it. Like, you know, my dad relays the time very differently.
Yeah.
Like I broke the news to Dad at in the radiologist when we were talking to the radiologist, and he had said to me that, you know, your mum's got a brain tumour. Spoke to Dr. Trini because I worked with him as well.
Yeah.
And then I said, because, you know, with no offence to the radiologist, but he was of another ethnic background, and his language wasn't, you know, very clear. And I said, do you mind if I tell Mum and Dad? And so we brought them in, and and so I vividly remember I knelt down in between the two of them, and I said, okay, Mum, I've got some good news and some not so good news. I said the good news is we know what is causing this for you, and the not so good news is that it's a brain tumour. But you know, and then I'd said the next steps. But we've got an ambulance coming, and
was she understand? Like, was she able to understand what you were talking about at that point?
Because
I remember the last time I saw your mum.
Yeah,
that was before you knew.
Yeah.
And I just knew that something was not right.
Yeah.
She was just different.
So I could tell that she was listening to what I was saying, and she's like, oh, right.
Yeah.
You know, so it wasn't really sinking in.
Yeah.
But then Dad was sitting there, and then Dad just started crying. And like I had my hand on both of their knees, and then the radiologist grabbed Dad and said, he said, come with me, Kevin. And so they went out into the hallway, and then obviously he explained more about it to Dad.
Yeah. But
Dad doesn't recall anything about me breaking the news.
Really?
At all. What he recalls is the radiologist was really quite callous in the way that he spoke to Dad and the way that he told him, and just said, your wife has a brain tumour. I'm sorry, but good luck. That's basically Dad's interpretation. And I've queried him, and I said, do you not remember me telling you? And he says, no. Like it was so impactful that what the radiologist said to him. And and that he said, oh, that was just so callous, you know. And I'm like, wow, Dad, like.
But also they do it all day, every day. And I guess it's the connection.
But he has no recollection of how I broke it to him. You know? He said, no, I don't remember that at all. I'm like, wow, I cannot forget it, you know.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. I don't know how we got onto that, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, your mum was an absolute beautiful woman.
Yeah, she's a gem. Aww.
So fearful.
Yeah.
Just absolutely. You know, not so much me, it's more like my mum and dad. That's.
Yeah.
I just don't want to ever go without them.
Mm. So the fear is what?
Just losing them.
Just losing them. Do you believe in the afterlife? In some form?
So I believe that your mum and dad are God.
Yeah.
That's actually what I believe.
Yeah.
100%. I believe mum and dad are God. You know, that's who created you. That's who, and not when you die, you know how they talk about you go back to God when you die or whatever, or God's there waiting for you, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's obviously my mum and dad. That's who'll be there waiting for me. And I believe that the spiritual realm is that of, like, for example, my brothers who haven't got a mum and dad that have passed yet, you know, so that they're sort of stuck because their mum and dad can't be there waiting for them, you know, because they're still here with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I guess that's, and do I believe in spiritual world? Well, I had a little experience after my first brother passed away. So it's very hard to, it's hard to not believe in something.
Yeah. Do you want to elaborate on the experience?
Yeah, it was quite interesting, actually. So, as I said, I was like 15 when Warren passed away, and I was pretty close with Warren. He's like a best friend brother, because he was 28 and I was 15, so he was like, he was so fun. And, yeah, we're pretty close. But, yeah, so 5 days after he passed, I was asleep, and I woke up and there was a lady sitting at my dressing table in my bedroom, and I actually had my best friend Vanessa was in the room with me as well because she stayed over that night. And she saw me sitting up with my eyes wide open. So yeah, I thought it was a dream, but anyway, it's very hard to explain. Anyway, so I woke up and this lady was sitting at my dressing table and she spoke to me. She said, and I was obviously a bit scared or, like, oh, who are you,
Yeah.
And she's like, don't be startled, dear. I remember it all word for word, like exactly. She said, don't be startled, dear. You could say I'm like your fairy godmother. She said, let's just say I'm sort of like your fairy godmother. She said, I have a message from your brother.
Wow.
And then she opened up like a letter, like scrolled out a letter and started reading it. And it was your regular cliche shit, like, don't be sad, be strong for mum, look after her, blah, blah. And then there were those 3 points in the letter that absolutely stuck with me from that point on. One was be wary of a long cream and black skirt. That was the first thing. The second thing was don't take your deaf brother for granted. He won't be around for long.
Jeez.
And the third thing is the only thing that I don't remember from the whole letter. And then she just vanished, and it was like I recognised her, but I didn't. So she looked familiar, but I couldn't tell you exactly who she was. But her hair was blow dried, just how my mum would blow dry hair.
God.
Like because mum's a hairdresser. She was just exactly like one of mum's blow dries, just pure white hair, white long gown, like just plain white gown. Very nice, sweet little lady, Yeah. So yeah, and then anyway, I woke up, I ran down to my mum's bedroom, like, Mum, this lady was just in here, and mum's like, Seona, you're just grieving your brother, it's okay, don't worry about it, go back to bed, go back to sleep, blah, blah, blah. And I pretty much did, like I just sort of forgot it, but it was always on the back of my mind.
Yeah.
I told Vanessa what happened, and Vanessa was like, she said, you were sitting up staring for ages. And she said, I kept trying to snap you out of it, but you were just staring, and next minute you got up and ran. So that again was weird. Like it just sort of reiterated like it was not just wasn't just a dream.
Yeah.
To this day, Vanessa will say the same thing. Like she's seen me sitting up looking. Anyway, years went past, didn't really think of it too much, but remembered it word for word, but didn't really, talk about it that much and that. And then, 5 years later, we get the phone call about Craig. And the first thing I said to my mum, I said, Mum, oh my God, I said, remember that lady? She came to me and she said, don't take your deaf brother for granted. He won't be around for long. Now look what's happened, like, And Mum said, you're looking too far into it. Don't make it something it's not.
Yeah.
Don't be silly, all that kind of stuff. And obviously she was going through whatever.
Yeah.
So that's fair enough. And I just sort of, but from that point on, I was just like, no, there's something in that. Like I'm not letting that go. So I started talking to clients about it and that because I just thought, well, someone that's kind of spiritual might understand what that was all about, It was just really hard for me to get my head around the fact that that lady said this to me. Don't take your deaf brother for granted. He won't be around for long. And 5 years later, he's gone. Like,
yeah,
it was just in my mind crazy. And then I started obsessing about this long cream and black skirt. Be wary of long cream and black skirts. So from that point on, you will never catch me wearing a long cream and black skirt.
Have you come across anyone wearing one?
I tell you, until my wedding day.
What?
Yeah. So
wow.
I'm obsessed with this cream black skirt forever and a day. And then blah blah blah. Time goes on. I get married, have 3 kids, and whatnot. start having problems in my. I just had a registry office wedding, you know.
Yep.
You know, and I'm still talking about this experience to clients, sort of trying to again work out, you know, what's it about, and yeah, I'm like, what this one day after my marriage had sort of dissolved and you know we'd definitely split ways and that, and Luke had moved out and whatnot. And you know, Luke did there was some pretty messy stuff that went on in the middle there. Yeah, so I'm sitting there telling a client about it, and all of a sudden it just hit me like a bloody lead balloon. I just was like, went white as a ghost, and all of a sudden I went, oh my God, I got married. I got married in a long cream and black skirt, and I made it myself. Like I turned a dress. I had a dress because I'd not long had Ella, so I was my Ella, you Ella, different Ella.
Oh, I just got full body.
Yeah,
Filled.
it was crazy. Like because it wasn't made come to light in my mind until the marriage was over. Then I was allowed to know what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I was obsessed with it this whole time, like I would never, but then subconsciously I didn't even realise I was wearing a cream black skirt, and I pulled up an old video of my wedding at the registry office.
Yeah.
And there it was, this actual long cream and black skirt. It had cream and black roses and as an overlay, a chiffon sheer overlay over the top of a black underlay. It was just crazy.
And what did she say again? Be wary of
a long cream and black skirt.
Oh.
So clearly that marriage was never going to work. You know, she's obviously warning, or my brother was warning.
Yeah.
Because as I said, like in the end there, it got quite messy. Like Luke was trying to sue. I mean, long story there, but it was exactly that. Like, even though I was conscious of not wearing or not being around or not involving myself with this long cream black skirt, I didn't even like when I was making that as a wedding skirt or whatever, like I had nothing to wear. I was fat. I was a little like, well, I just had Ella, so I was, you know, had weight on me and just had a registry office wedding, so I wasn't doing the traditional white.
Yeah.
And I've had 3 kids, so no point doing a traditional white. Yeah. And so I didn't even realise I did that.
And you can't remember the third message?
Well, I don't remember the third one, but I think I know what it's about.
Right.
And it's simple. Like, you're not meant to know of your death, right?
Yeah.
So even if you be told of it, you're not. So basically, I believe that I probably won't die of natural causes. I'll probably be some sort of something. Don't know what. And that's what would have been told to me. But because you're not allowed to know of it. So I'll probably know of it at the time.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll probably be shown to me, or what was said would be like I'll know in that time that's what oh, that's right, that's what she said.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
So thinking about that actual fact, would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die?
When?
Yeah, me too.
Me too. 3.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because it doesn't matter really how you die.
No.
Like, you won't be able to stop it.
But I feel like that was a little, that was my brother sort of trying to give me a bit of a heads up of something. Not that and it's proof that it doesn't change. It won't change. Knowing doesn't change the fate or whatever.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously be wary of a long cream black skirt. If I had have known that, I was going to get married in a long cream black skirt, like, and then would I not get married to? Yeah. Like, I'm still trying to get divorced, bloody hell.
Oh. Well, thank you for that chat and that information. And, you know, I think what I'd really like out of this series is to make it a little bit lighter for people, you know, like yourself, sticking your head in the sand and not wanting to talk about it, but it's inevitable that it's going to happen to all of us.
Shona's story is one of love, of loss, and of confronting choices most of us hope we'll never have to face. It raises big questions about life, death, and the laws that govern them.
but also reminds us of the very human emotions at the centre of it all: grief, resilience, and compassion. Conversations like this can stir up a lot of feelings. If anything you've heard today has brought up any concerns for you, please know you don't have to carry them alone. Support is available. In Australia, you can call Lifeline on 13 11 14 anytime, day or night, to speak with someone who's ready to listen. Seona, thank you for your courage in sharing your story. And to you, the listener, thank you for joining us for this powerful conversation. Until next time, open your mind, trust your heart, and don't be afraid to talk about it.